Gang, make sure you guys stick around for the full video. We got to talk about a little beef between two YouTube content creators and why it is so absolutely hilarious that anytime somebody on the left calls you a degenerate, it typically comes from a, let's just say, it comes from a place of self-loathing and self-guilt. With that there being said, let's go ahead and get into this. I just want you to know right off the bat that it does not matter what you do, what you say, and I would say how you live your life, that the left and leftists will hold you to an extremely ridiculous standard. So anytime that a leftist calls you degenerate, I just want you to know right now the best thing you can typically do is just walk away, because ain't a single thing you can do ever going to be good enough for these hypocrites. Hey gang, John Claymore here. Now guys, it has been a pretty busy weekend for me, and I haven't been able to record any content. However, in this video that I'm putting up right here, there was a little thing that I missed, and I'll correct it just in a second. But here's the deal. We got to talk a little bit about this Alex Stein Destiny beef that's been going on for a while. Now guys, I want to say I touched on it in a previous video, but I just want to go let you guys know right now that I'm going to go out of my way to be fair and honest and completely fair and balanced with this entire ordeal. This little ordeal stems all the way back to the Alex Stein AOC. I'm just going to go ahead and kind of remind you guys.
Favorite big booty Latina. I love you, AOC. You're my favorite. She wants to kill babies, but she's still beautiful. You look very beautiful in that dress. You look very sexy. Look at that booty on AOC. That's my favorite big booty Latina.
I want you to do a little selfie.
I love it. My favorite AOC. Nice to meet you, AOC. Look how sexy she looks in that dress. Woo, I love it, AOC. Hot, hot, hot like a tamale.
And after that, shortly thereafterwards, AOC, she figured that it would be a good idea to basically say that Alex Stein was sexually harassing her. Now, the thing is this right here. Alex Stein has since then filed a lawsuit against AOC, and what I think is probably one of the biggest trolls I think I've ever seen, because AOC, of course, is blocking access to tweets. Now, let me go ahead and tell you guys my honest opinion on Alex Stein, and I'll get to Destiny here in a second. Alex Stein, for the most part, is just a good old-fashioned troll. Comedy is his thing. Obviously, he does a little more political stuff. I have shared some of his stuff before because I share the things that he says when it is actually funny and actually right. Like, for example, that time that he was in Texas, and they had the protesters who were protesting in favor of the drag show in front of kids, and of course he ended up knocking that guy over, I guess by accident. But then again, though, Alex probably just wasn't thinking at the time and just didn't really care. I thought it was absolutely hilarious. Stuff like that there. Of course, when it came to the whole ordeal where he was cornering Dan Crenshaw, by the way, nobody likes Comedy Shaw, but eventually he got to talking with the Wounded Warrior Project, and he started goading them. I thought he might have went a little bit too far. Either way, though, Alex Stein, for the most part, is just a good old-fashioned troll. He even has his own YouTube channel now, and he's obviously gone viral. So this little ordeal between him and Destiny has been going on for a while. Now, some of the clips that I got, of course, came from this video right here. A YouTube content creator by the name of Justin is Lost. I highly advise you guys go check out his content. He is pretty good. I will leave a link to his channel. And this actual video that I've got this little clip from will be left in the description box as well. However, the thing that you have to understand is this right. As I said before at the beginning of this video, the left will hold you to an extremely unrealistic standard on just about everything. And I know this is sounding a little bit boring, but hear me out for a second. So, Destiny, Steve Bonnell, he's a smart guy, very, very much on the left. I would say that I respect him because he's a very, very good debater. However, at the same time, though, I also feel that Destiny is somewhat responsible for a lot of the wokeness crap that we're seeing online right now. However, I will give Destiny credit. He is trying to moderate his side of the aisle. However, I don't think that you are the person to actually do this, especially given takes like this here.
I don't like predators, period. I don't care if you're offending or not offending.
Okay, hold on. Who disagrees with Brittany? Who disagrees with Brittany?
What, if you just because you molest a child doesn't make you a pedophile. That's
not. Yes, it does. Yes.
Just because you molest a child doesn't make you a pedophile. That's not.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, we'll harp back on that in a second. But these two had a debate recently, and this is kind of where I've got the Justin is Lost clip from. And I'm going to go ahead and roll this for you. I'm going to come back on the other side. I'm pretty sure most of you guys know exactly the situation with Destiny and his significant other. Let's just roll this, because obviously you're going to see right here that this is not exactly how debates need to be conducted.
I'm sure her green card, she doesn't have any motivation to be with you while she's here in America.
It's just the green card, and you absolutely don't want to hit it. That's
Have
why
you ever seen 90 Day Fiance?
That's why you
Have you ever
seemingly
seen
know
90 Day
every
Fiance?
single thing about her fucking sexual past. You're sitting here obsessively looking at every single video.
Well, she talks about it a lot. I think that's very sexually degenerate.
How would you even know unless
you've
have you gone through hours of her videos? Are you going to the gym with her
not
podcast
hours,
in the background?
Not hours. You don't have to. You just type in
why you
Destiny
come in like 2 minutes? Is that
and
why?
all the videos come up.
It takes like 30 minutes, and you're good to go.
It takes like 30 minutes to find out how big of a cuckold you are.
I'm glad you like viewing your shit.
It literally takes so little.
She makes a lot of money off guys like you, dude. It makes me happy.
I know. So think about that. You're trading money so dudes can bang your wife or your girlfriend or whatever she is.
Obsessing over her, and then we're using that money to buy dinner. How crazy is that? What a weird world we live in. What do you got, Ralph?
Good.
What's our next question?
I'm happy that the sexual degeneracy of your girlfriend pays for your Olive Garden. Awesome. You're winning big, bud. Are you winning? No, the dad meme. Are you winning?
Alex, do you think you're obsessed with other people's wives because you're not married yet? Alex, wait, how old are you?
Listen, I can be married if I want to be married. I don't want to be married. I'm single, ready to mingle. Okay, so you don't think that I sleep with any girls. You don't think that I can get any pussy. Is that what you think?
Alex, how old are you?
I'm 35.
35, and you're not married yet, and you're bragging to me about getting pussy? Really? 35 years old in that suit?
Destiny. Yes, and I bang chicks, believe it or not.
Sure
yes, and guess what? The chicks that I bang, I don't let them go. I don't date them. The chicks that I'm banging, I don't date them. Let them live under my roof and then go blow random dudes on the internet because I don't date e-thoughts like you. So you're a bigger sexual degenerate.
It sounds like right now you don't date anybody because you're more fascinated with my wife than getting one of your own. So, but hey, listen.
No, because I don't want to get in a relationship with one of these whores like you and get used and abused like you and look like a cuckold all over the internet, like a little cuckold.
Some callers. We got some callers.
Real quick, before we go any further, I do want to correct one very quick thing. It won't take me 2 seconds. From the previous video that I released earlier today, the video about Trump being arrested, what they're going after him for is something that stems all the way back to 2016, the whole Stormy Daniels thing. Well, the New York State statute of limitations is 5 years, so therefore this charge or whatever they're trying to arrest him on is already well beyond the statute of limitations. I forgot to mention it in the previous video. With that being said, let's get back on topic. A lot of interrupting, a lot of back and forth, a lot of things that, quite frankly, a lot of points not getting out there. It's one of the main reasons why I think the debate is absolutely useless today, because for the most part, people just talk at one another. Now, guys, Destiny, and don't worry, I'll play the clip of Alex Stein, the actual confrontation, which will be spliced in with the Lex Fridman clip. Now, guys, I have to watch my language here, and I can't give you guys my full-on personal opinion here, because if I did that, I might get sued or I might get this video struck. So bear with me really quick. Destiny is famous right now, not only for being a left-wing Twitch streamer, but he's more famous now for being a cuckold. A cuckold is basically a man that allows his wife to go out there and do other dudes, to basically cheat on them. And of course, Destiny's girl demands to be in an open relationship. Now, by open relationship, you're probably thinking to yourself, well, maybe Destiny is also getting laid as well. Dude, with that blue hair, trust me, you're not the one in the house that's getting laid. Only one person is getting laid in that household, and it's her, and it is not by you. So you guys can think what you may of that. However, you also just saw earlier how Destiny wouldn't actually throw down the gauntlet on someone who molests their children. This right gives you an idea of exactly who these people are. So anytime they call you degenerate, just go ahead and know that it's coming from a place of self-loathing. That's who the hell these people are. However, though, let's not forget that Alex did, in fact, confront him, which, by the way, also kind of intensified what's actually going on between the two. And Destiny, of course, as a result, he is taking this very personally, and he's not let this go. I'm going to play both clips back to back, so that way you guys can see what I'm talking about.
My hero, my best friend, Destiny. Come on, Destiny. Don't be my Destiny. I'm sorry. Be my friend, Destiny. Please be my friend. Please be my friend.
Well behaved.
But why don't you like me,
Well
Destiny?
behaved.
You're disgusting.
Yeah, is it more disgusting than the guys that bang your wife? See, how am I disgusting? You dislike me more than the guys that bang your wife?
So
I'm just saying.
Alex, if you can do me a favor, we're going to do a quick sound test to get you ready for the actual debate.
Your relationship is you're in an open relationship. What's that like? From a game theoretic simulation perspective, what went into that calculation?
The only relationships I've ever done has been open relationships since I was like in high school, because I didn't really understand like why wouldn't you be able to like do other things with other people, but then just like have your main partner basically.
So
like,
what about like emotional?
It's really complicated. There's a lot of complicated stuff going on under the hood there.
Yeah.
You call me disgusting, Destiny, but you're the one that lets other guys bang your wife. I don't know how. Aren't the other guys the disgusting ones? I don't care. I don't need your audience. I don't need your audience. I'm just saying, you're mad at me. You go harass AOC somewhere. Go be mad at the guys that are banging your wife.
I said this the day before, but I saw this clip yesterday. It's him talking about Alex Stein once again, him bringing up the Alex Stein topic once again, and you can tell there's definitely still a lot of animosity there, and he even kind of brushes off the whole AOC lawsuit situation. He doesn't even really care about Alex Stein suing AOC that much. He just still is pissed off at Alex Stein, the person, and what he said about his wife.
You didn't feel like you got over it. You just felt like, well, this is a content opportunity.
Yeah, I can't reasonably blacklist anybody because people are always going to cover like the most dramatic shit, and Max and Lab provide like a really good avenue for that. So like my ability, like if I had in a perfect world, I would blacklist people. I think because there are some people right now that I refuse to interact with. Like I'll never interact with Alex Stein, despite the fact that loser is still DMing me on like 2 different platforms trying to get me to apologize. Really? I've never. No, people that like no that are gonna make fun of my wife like that publicly is disgusting. And then
he also disrespected AOC.
Yeah, AOC.
Now look, okay, actually let me replay that because he kind of brushes off the whole AOC situation right there.
Apologize? Really? I've never. No, people that like no that are gonna make fun of my wife like that publicly is disgusting. And then
he also disrespected AOC.
Yeah, AOC. But there's that.
He also disrespected AOC. Shut up, bro. These people make me sick, dude. The people who's like, he disrespected AOC. Shut up, bro. It was a funny joke. And it's still funny. It's a funny troll. But you could tell that Destiny's really mad. And look, I was about to say, I'm not that big of a Destiny fan, but I'm also not that big of a Destiny hater. I do watch a lot of his content because I find him entertaining. When it comes to his opinions, obviously I disagree on most of them, but he seems like he's one of the more grounded lefties. You know, he's not like a hardcore socialist. He is a capitalist. He definitely calls out the left on a lot of their just ridiculous shit. Like he calls them out when they need to be called out. He says some dumb things, like he's a fan of Joe Biden and other dumb things, but I'm not a big Destiny.
Now, me personally, I don't personally believe in trolling people like that. I don't want somebody to just roll up on me. I have a tendency to react the wrong way. I might slap their phone out of their hand. I may get defensive. I may throw a hand, or hell, if I've actually got something on me to, let's just say that I would probably view it as a self-defense situation, and it might not go well for the other individual, and it just may not go well for me. By the way, I'm also not a debater, obviously for the reasons that you guys have seen earlier. Most debates, nothing gets accomplished. It's mostly about optics. And when you're telling people stuff like, well, you've researched my wife more than you did me. I hate to tell you this, Steve, but if your wife is doing a bunch of other dudes and she's in an open relationship, and by the way, she is attractive, guess what? She's way more attractive than you are, dude. I just figured I'd go ahead and throw that out there, man. It's just so that way it kind of gets out there. Also, you calling Alex Stein a degenerate is kind of rich, especially considering the fact that you helped lead to a lot of the crazy crap that we're dealing with today, especially given the fact that when you were actually pressed on what Brittany Venti said, your response was to say that not everybody who molests a child is the P word. Pretty low in my opinion, and also the fact that you allow your wife to go out there and bang other dudes. So you calling Alex Stein, a man who's just single and a troll, degenerate, is absolutely funny to me. It sounds to me like there's a lot of self-loathing and a lot of, let's just say self-guilt there. That's kind of what liberals do, especially white liberals. They like to guilt other people. But I do have to sound off from this whole thing about Alex Stein being a 35-year-old man who says he gets with women. First of all, if a man is not married in their late 30s or their early 40s or never has been married, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Granted, I'm not married either. Granted, my one-night stands and relationships are few and far between. I typically don't tend to reveal all my escapades online. But especially given the fact that you've got women out there like Destiny's Girl who, quite frankly, demand that you be in an open relationship, can you please explain to me why it is that a lot of men are just saying to hell with marriage? I mean, right now you've got 2/3 of single men out there at this moment in time and 1/3 of women that are actually available. Those women typically tend to go for the top 10%, or they typically tend to go for men that are very, very well off. Don't be surprised if Alex Stein, when he's about 40 years old, gets married to a woman who's like in her late 20s, ends up, because he's successful, ends up not having any issues in the marriage or having a lot less issues than most people would. Destiny, you on the other hand are in your 30s. You're with a girl who's in her 20s, and she demands to sleep with everybody in the world but you. That is a serious problem. That is a serious issue, and it also suggests to me that maybe you have some serious emotional and mental issues yourself. So I think it's kind of rich how you're pointing out how it is that Alex Stein is not married, but what's the point in being married if you're married to somebody who, quite frankly, is just a good old-fashioned...
Jeff Munson here. You like watching people get fucked for free? Watch me fuck Mark Kerr for free. I'm gonna fuck him. I'm gonna put these hands right around his ass and fuck his ass.
Or... So I just figured I would throw that out there, that this whole beef, in my opinion, just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I already know that a lot of Destiny fans are going to come in here and that they're going to ratio this video. And guess what? I really and truly don't care, because the SJWs can piss off. Now, guys, let me go ahead and leave you guys with one last thing, just one last thought. And I want to go ahead and say this because, well, I think it needs to be said. If a man builds 1,000 bridges and lets his wife screw on with other dudes, to the world, he's not a bridge builder. He's a cuckold. Guys, John Claymore here. If you like the content, hit the like button, subscribe, share the video, sign up in the comment section, and I'll see you guys later.